Hello, this is Milton, and today I'm going to talk about death and dying from an MRI perspective. In this video, I'm going to talk about two obstacles that we can't overcome. We'll talk about COVID, and then we'll talk about the MRI brief therapy model. So let's get right into it. Number one, in my life, I have learned that there's two obstacles that we can't overcome. One is physical death. All of us are going to die one day, either by getting sick with the COVID, either by an accident, old age, disease. There could be so many reasons or so many ways that we can die. Two, all of us are going to make mistakes. We all fail in some way, and we knowingly fail. In other words, we know what's good and we know what's bad, and we intentionally choose the wrong, knowingly. That's just part of being human. So all of us will first die, and second, all of us will make bad choices in this life. So I don't want this to be like a grim kind of video, but that's the realities. So in terms of COVID to date, before I made this video, there have been 296,347 deaths. And I'm sure it's going to continue to grow. And these deaths are very sad for a lot of families, because a death of a family member will affect the whole family, because everyone will feel it, everyone will recognize it. It's going to affect everyone. It just doesn't affect just one person. It affects the whole family. And so when we're looking at death and dying from an MRI or Mental Research Institute perspective, first we define the problem, which in this case it would be death. So we would talk about how death is a problem. Who is it a problem for? Like, for example, if my dad died, oh my goodness, it would be a problem, because it's a problem for me, because now I'm sad. My sadness overflows to my relationship with my wife and my relationship with my kids, because I'm in this grieving moment. And so it's a problem for me and my family. But I'm only one child of 8. So how will it affect all of my other siblings? I'm sure it'll affect them differently. How will it affect my parents' church family? I'm sure they would be affected as well, because a lot of them have close relationships and they served together and done so many different things together. So first, we have to define how the problem of death, or the problem of someone who is ill at the moment and dying, how it is affecting you. And then second, we talk about what have you tried in your best efforts, because people are doing the best that they can, and everyone is trying to do the best that they can in solving their own problems. But in their best efforts, sometimes it exacerbates the problem. So the second step to the 4-step model of the Mental Research Institute approach is determine which solutions have been tried and identify the outcome of such attempts. Look for more of the same patterns and identify family rules that support the unsuccessful solutions. So what solutions have you tried? Have you tried, for example, if you have a pet and you're grieving over a pet that just passed away, what have you tried to add into your life to try to not have so much maybe sadness from the death and dying of a loved one or a pet? So maybe you've tried taking down all the pictures on the wall, so that it won't be a reminder of you. Maybe you've tried to hide everything that's in the house that reminded you of this pet or this family member. So the thing is, you don't want to continue to do the same thing that you've tried so far and has failed. Because if you continue to do the same thing, you'll continue to yield the same results, right? So that is the first two steps of the MRI approach of death and dying. This is a tough subject, especially during this time with this pandemic happening and a lot of people suffering from the sickness, and people are suffering from the actual death. And it's not just one person that it affects all of us. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if there's any other topics that you would like for me to talk about, please let me know. Thank you.